This the TempahZone podcast.
Happy New Year, everybody! It's 2019, New Year on the same grind that we've been on since September, dog. All right, you understand me? This is episode 16 of the TempahZone podcast with your host, me, Amir Max. And I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody. It's really dope. 2019, I'm feeling very optimistic about this year. It feels really good. It feels really great. It feels really awesome. I'm just nothing but good vibes. Nothing but good vibes. That's all I can say, and I just can't wait to get things rolling with this podcast. I can't wait to roll out my music, and I usually don't like to promote the music, but I'm just going to let y'all know I got an EP coming out soon. And then after that, I got an album coming out soon. And then I got another EP coming out with that soon. And I'm working on a collab album with my boy. It's going to be a very busy 2019. And I just want to let y'all know enough about the music shit, because I rarely promote that on the podcast. And now, we got to talk about... Oh, Lord. I'll be real with y'all, man. This wasn't the busiest news week, The new year brings... sometimes a lot of stuff, but at this time, I didn't think there was a lot going on. There's a lot of countdowns and top 10s and top 20s and all that stuff, but we're going to have to talk about Mr. Kanye a.k.a. Yeezus, a.k.a. Ye, a.k.a. Mr. Kardashian West, a.k.a. Kanye West. Now, he ordered a public apology from Drake. He tweeted, "I never mentioned or touched on anything related to the family when it comes to Drake." He wrote that in a now since deleted tweet. Now, let me tell you something now. Drake followed Kim K on IG, and I think that, made Kanye a little scared. He was probably thinking to himself, like, oh man, like, Drake's about to, attempt to steal my girl. But let's just acknowledge this. If you think that Drake's gonna take your girl, then you got some insecurities, man. You shouldn't have to feel that way. You got, you got kids with her, and yet you feel that, that girl's just, gonna run away. That's just a little weird, Some of this, makes me wonder how scared Kanye is of Drake, Like, Kanye is definitely scared of Drake because Drake's the #1 rapper in the world right now, man. Point blank period. You cannot deny that. I mean, in my eyes, it's Kendrick Lamar. But overall, overall, Drake is the #1 guy. Like, people know his name. They know Aubrey Graham. They know Jimmy. They know that he's here, and that's just the way it is, man. There's no disputing that. The numbers on the boards, man. It's funny because I'm quoting Pusha T to talk about Drake. It's but anyway. Never forget Drake in blackface, all right? Let's never forget that. Never forget that Drake was in blackface. We will never... I'm going to be that guy that keeps promoting that. No, never forget Drake was in blackface. I'm going to make a t-shirt about that, all right? We making a t-shirt that says, never forget Drake was in blackface. And on the back of the shirt is Drake in blackface. I'm making those shirts. That's going to be one of my 4 shirts that I have the TempahZone wear. All right, we going to get there. Sooner or later, we'll make that shirt. But anyway, Kanye's scared of Drake, all right? In many different ways. Now, these two have worked with each other when they did Find Your Love back in 2010. That was like the first time they ever collabed with each other. And I think from then on, it started off good. And then once Drake hopped on I'm on one and felt like he was on one, I think he was like, you know what? Sometimes your idols become your rivals. And Drake just, did what he had to do and, shot shots at him. I think Drake's definitely taking shots at Kanye because, Kanye took the Lift Yourself was a beat that he was supposed to give to Drake. But then... Kanye took that beat and went scoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, poop-de-scoop. Like, that's just disrespectful. Like, if someone did that to me, like, yo, man, I'm about to give you this beat and then does that, I'm going to feel very disrespected. Like, there is no other way to put it.
No, trash, dude. I can't. When someone first told me about that song, I was like, no, that's a joke. It doesn't exist. And I was like, what?
Mhm.
This is real?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Lord
for
help
real.
us.
Like,
Oh
like
my
he's
God.
literally just scooped the poop all over it. And I'm just like, it's like the beat's fire. Like, it's such a waste of a good beat. You know, like, I know Kanye can make beats, you know, like he can, you know, redo that, but that was just a bad look, man.
I think it's like one of those, I'm so rich I can do literally whatever I want. Like,
Exactly.
legitimately shit on a record.
Yeah.
And still get away with it. It's fine. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, bruh.
People bumped it, man. People bumped it.
No.
It's crazy.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But look, Kanye is just trying to break down his competition in any way possible. He's trying to tear down Drake because he knows that Drake's number one. And I think Kanye's been jealous of him. He's been scared of him. He's been fascinated by Drake. He just can't get his mind off him. And it's starting to get to the point where you're probably wondering, is Kanye attracted to Drake? Like, you know, I'm thinking about stuff like Kanye might like low-key have like a crush on Drake. Like on some weird shit. Like, well, not some weird shit, but nah, it's definitely on some weird shit. Like for this in particular, because he hates him and loves him and scared of him, and it's just too much going on. You know, it's just too much going on, man. And this could all just be a way for Kanye to promote whatever he's promoting, because with Kanye, you know that when he's doing these certain things, he's promoting the shoe or he's promoting the new music. So I would just, you know, be very wary of all that from Kanye, because you know that's just how he operates, man. And I don't think Kanye is as dumb as we think. I think we really think Kanye is like, you know, stupid or, you know, out of his mind crazy. But I think we got to understand that Kanye just has an agenda. And I think, in my opinion, Kanye has an agenda. He's trying to promote himself while also, you know, looking crazy at the same time, because that's just, you know, bad publicity is good publicity. You know, it's still publicity at the end of the day. So that being the case, you know, this is all just a way for Kanye to promote what he's promoting. That's what I truly believe. I wouldn't be so, you know, easy to say that Kanye's just doing this because he's out of his mind. You know, he's got a lot of people around him that's, you know, make sure he's doing the right thing. And I think with that being the case, this is all calculated. Kanye's just trying to his best to battle the number one guy. I think Kanye, you know, had a taste of being number one for a while. You know, he dropped late registration, college dropout, late registration, and graduation. You know, and I think around that time, you know, on that come up, I think he misses what that tastes like. I think, you know, and I'm not saying that's all he's dropped that's good, but I still think at the same time Kanye wants to have that sweet taste of being the man again. And because Kanye ain't the man right now, man. He's you know, he's 40 right now. You know, he's getting older, and I think he misses that. And I think he sees Drake and says, I want that, you know. And the fact that Drake follows Kim K on IG makes him just even more upset. And I don't know. Yeah, that really
Some petty shit.
It is. It's very petty. It's very, very petty. That's the right word to find with Kanye. Very, very petty. Straight pettiness. All over the place, man. But at the same time, this is entertaining as hell, man. I love Kanye like a lot. Like, I love his music. I think Drake, you know, with anything with him is entertaining. So I hope this keeps going, man. I hope no one gets hurt. But I hope this beef continues, because this is awesome to watch, man. Like, it's Kanye and Pusha T versus Drake. This is awesome. Keep this rolling, and never forget that Drake was in blackface. All right. I'm going to move on to Layzie Bone. Yeah. I know, right? Layzie Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah. If you didn't know the members of this group, because, you know, we're not old and, you know. Like, the only reason why I'm starting it off like this is because Layzie Bone released a diss record to Migos and 21 Savage called Let Me Go, Migo. And it's okay. It's an alright record, you know. Layzie Bone's just staying relevant with this, man. So I guess Migos was saying that they're the best rap group out, you know, flexing, you know, letting people know that, you know, there's nobody else doing it the way they are. And Layzie Bone took some offense to this and saying, like, yo, you ain't the best group in the world when there's EPMD and Beastie Boys and Run DMC and all these other groups that aren't relevant anymore. They're talking about relevancy, man. We're talking about right now. And Layzie Bone had the nerve to put this out, feeling himself, talking about all these guns and all this stuff, man. Like, look, let me not put any disrespect on Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony is very legendary. They had, a very dope run, many great songs. But I feel that this is just all unnecessary and just a way for Layzie Bone to get in the limelight once again. And it worked. I mean, I'm talking about him right now. I never thought I'd be talking about Layzie Bone on my podcast. Like, ever. But I'm going to put it this way. Migos is a better rap group than Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I may just be saying this because of my age, but I'm going to stick with it, alright? I'm going to stick with that opinion. Migos just has so many club bangers. They got so much, relevance in the game. And I don't think the members of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony were as successful solo as the members of the Migos are. You see Takeoff doing his own thing, Offset doing his own thing, Quavo doing his own thing. I only know Layzie Bone and Bizzy Bone. And I think there's at least 2 other members. I know that Eazy-E had part in them. I know they're from Cleveland. I know a couple of songs. And I purposefully did not do research on Bone Thugs-n-Harmony before I came in here because I wanted to be raw, to let you know just exactly where they stand in terms of relevancy. Alright? Like Run DMC, I know a lot more songs by them. I know Rev Run and Jam Master Jay and DMC. I know those guys. We don't know the Bone Thugs-n-Harmony like that. And when I say we, I'm talking about people my age, man. And I'm a hip-hop head. I love hip-hop. I make a podcast about hip-hop. I don't know nothing about Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I'm just keeping it real. But based on numbers, I don't think Bone Thugs-n-Harmony have as many hits as the Migos, man. They just don't. I don't see it. I just don't, alright? They're great, but I feel like Migos have had more of an impact on this game. I just don't see any other way around it. Now, I think this was a good attempt for Layzie Bone and Bone Thugs-n-Harmony to stand out. I am not dissing Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I think they're a very, very great group, and they've done a lot for hip-hop. They've definitely have, cemented themselves in this game. They're legendary. Don't get me wrong. But if someone told me who is the more dominant rap group from their time, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony or Migos, I'm going with Migos. Not even a question. Not even a question. A little bit of bias, just a little bit. But at the same time, I don't think Bone Thugs-n-Harmony was the biggest rap group from their decade. I don't. I think, you could say De La Soul. You could say Tribe Called Quest. You could say Beastie Boys. EPMD. There was a lot more rap groups back then, and a lot more competition. Maybe that's just because Migos don't have as much competition to deal with. Because nowadays a lot of artists are solo. A lot of solo artists out here. I can only think of Migos and Flatbush Zombies, Run the Jewels. That's the only groups I can think of. Ray Shrimmered. That's really it. I can't really think of too many. But of those 4, Migos are the ones that are dominating because all 3 of them are just doing it their own way and have their own their own fan bases outside of that. So overall, man, I just gotta say that this is just a way for Layzie Bone to stay relevant in the game. He won with a song called Let Me Go Migo. I think that's just really funny. Something about that title is just really stupid to me. I don't know, but hey, good job, Layzie Bone. You did a good job staying relevant and having the young people talk about you. And we'll forget about you in a week. Because I don't think this beef's going to last that much longer. Unless the Migos or 21 Savage decide to keep this going. That's it. Point blank period. Sorry. All right. Now I'm going to get on to what I feel about 2019. 2018, there was a lot of music that came out. And a lot of big name artists, stated themselves and cemented themselves in the game. Like a guy like Travis Scott, he definitely let people know yo, I'm here, dog. I'm here. J.I.D. had his album and said, yo, I'm here, dog.
Ooh,
I'm
so
here.
Good.
Yeah, J.I.D.'s album DiCaprio 2. Woo. That's fire right there. You don't need to wind down your windows on a cold day when you bump that because it's fire. You're going to get hot in your car if the windows are up. That's all I'm saying. Meek Mill, dropped an album this year and let you know I am here. Don't forget me. Don't ever forget me. But I think for this year in 2019, I see a lot of, I see some rappers right now who are gonna really cement themselves. So here is my list of 5 rappers who will have a big year in 2019. The first guy I have, this is in no particular order, but the first guy here, I have to mention him first, is Mr. Kendrick Lamar, man. I love Kendrick. I was saying it before. In my eyes, he is the number 1 rapper in this game. And that was cemented when I saw him live and sang the words to every song that he performed. I was like, oh wow, I'm really a big Kendrick fan, aren't I? Like I was at the Kendrick concert with my brother, and I was just like rapping all the words, like being like super fanning out, and my brother's just standing there like, he knows some words like humble and DNA, and I'm just like, man, am I really like this much of a Kendrick Lamar fan? Like, is it really like that? Like, yep, yeah, I really am a big Kendrick Lamar fan. He's just so talented, man. He's always doing something different. And I know he did something last year with the Black Panther album, but I'm talking about a solo project from Kendrick. Kendrick said he's going to put out an album in 2019, and I cannot wait for that, man. And I think with, when you drop 3 dope albums in a row with Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn, you got a lot of pressure. Like, a lot. Like, he's going to have to do something so different and so outside the box, man. And I'm just hoping it's something that we accept and it's not anything like, weird, where he's collabing with artists he shouldn't. But I think Kendrick Lamar is going to do something really big this year with this album, man, because, the pressure's on. Because you dropped 3 dope albums in a row, man. When Kanye dropped 3 dope albums in a row, he dropped 808s and Heartbreak as the 4th one. You know what I'm saying? Like, so... keep in mind with what Kendrick might do, because when you're at this point, when you're at this part of your career that Kendrick's in, there's no room for error, man, because he's already, done so much perfection, he can't stay away from that, and now he's got to really hone it in on this one. But I'm really looking forward to see what happens, man. I think Kendrick's gonna, come through with something unlike which we've never seen before, and I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you what Kendrick's going to do this time around, man. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think the collabs are going to be crazy on this one. I think we might get that Drake feature from Kendrick. I think, we're going to get features from Kendrick that we've never seen before. That's the only prediction that I possibly see from Kendrick. Is it going to be jazz rap? Is it going to be, trap? Is it going to be, old school? I couldn't tell you.
Or a mix, too.
Or a mix.
Yeah.
He might just, mix it all up, You don't know. You just really don't know what's going to happen with this album. And that's, and that's what makes Kendrick dope.
That's what makes him so good, I was about to say.
Yeah, because you don't know what to expect from him. Like, you just don't know. You just don't. Now, my second person on this list is Mr. Big Sean, man. Straight out of Detroit. Big Sean been pretty quiet recently, man. Like, in many ways, Kanye doing his crazy shit, you don't hear from Big Sean, man. Everybody's dropping music, you don't hear from Big Sean, man. Ariana Grande mentions him in a song, you don't hear from Big Sean, man. I like the way Big Sean moves. He started to be, stay away from all this gossip, talk, BS craziness going on right now. He's just like, yo, man, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But I got a feeling Big Sean is going to drop a really dope album this year. Or just, come out swinging this year. He didn't announce anything, but I got a good feeling that he's going to do something really big in 2019. I just feel it, I think he's been, somewhat quiet right now. I don't think, and with, I think, right now he's at that point where people are questioning what's next. Like with Kendrick, we can predict the unpredictable, if that makes sense. But with Big Sean, we're really wondering, like, what's next for him, man? Like, I think a lot of people might be saying, is Big Sean gone? Like, because a lot of people love to say, oh, he's a rap, it's over. Like, but it's like, yo, like, he's just making music. He's human. Like, these guys can't pump out an album a year, man. That's, how crazy that is to pump out an album a year? Like, guys like Gucci Mane and Lil Wayne make that look easy. But it's not easy, These guys need time to work on stuff, and I think Big Sean is just cooking up something really special, Big Sean has put out a lot of dope projects. I was a fan of I Decided. I really was. And so I think that with the circumstances at hand, I think Big Sean is going to do something really big this year. I'm calling it, man. Mark my words. I mean, it's not that hard of a prediction, but I think he'll have a big year this year and, cement himself even more into the game and let people know that he's doing his thing out here, man. My third person on this list is Kid Cudi, man. Oh, Lord. Kid Cudi's awesome. I don't know anyone that hates Kid Cudi's music. You know, they usually make fun of them. His
Well, we haven't heard from him in a minute, though.
Yeah, it's been a bit, you know. He had the Kids See Ghost project with Kanye last year, but that's not a solo project, you know. When we talking about solo project, it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. And I think Kid Cudi's going to do something big this year because now everybody's talking about mental health. Mm-hmm. Everybody's talking about mental health, whether they got it or not. You know, they're doing it for promotional reasons. And, you know, I think Kid Cudi's going to have to come out here and be like, yo, like, y'all understand what this mental health stuff is? Do you understand what I have been through? And I think Kid Cudi is going to let you know how he really feels. He's going to say it like it is. I got a big feeling that Kid Cudi is gonna do something really special with this year because of all this talk with mental health, mental illness. Kid Cudi has gone through a lot, man. You know, with suicide. You know, dealing with that. You know, dealing with just this depression overall. And I think Kid Cudi is needed right now in 2019. We need Kid Cudi to say something. We need him to come out here and let the people know that his opinion. I really am looking forward to seeing what Kid Cudi has to do because ain't nobody else gonna do it for him, man. And Kid Cudi, I think everybody knows that he's needed out here, man. We need you, Kid Cudi. We need you, dog.
No, put it in an album.
Yeah,
real.
Put out a dope album.
Like Mac Miller's last album. That when I listened to some of the songs, and then I was like, damn, it hit me hard, dude.
Yeah.
Like people connect because that's why the mental health thing is breaking waves because it's something that a lot of us deal with and nobody talks about. So when you have someone you admire that comes out and is making it real, people are like, oh, I'm normal. I'm not a freak, you know? Like, look at these people I admire. So I think it'll be dope.
Yeah.
Whatever he does with it.
And that's been his lane, like this whole time. Like, Kid Cudi's always spoken about the things that no one wanted to talk about. Yeah. 10 years ago, he was on that wave. And I think that Kid Cudi is going to come out here and do something really big. And he's going to be needed in 2019. Like I said, Kid Cudi, drop that fire album, dog. It's not
Bring it.
Yeah,
we're ready.
Yeah, we ready. It's not confirmed yet, but I got a feeling he's going to do something because it's been a while. So we waiting on that. My number 4 person on this list is somebody I've been giving credit to since the beginning of this podcast. Let me sip this water before I talk about this man. Because this guy's fire. He is fire right here. YBN Cordae. Now, this dude right here, have you heard of YBN Cordae? Yeah, I figured. You know, when I made this list, I was like, I need to have a couple people on this list who aren't too popular because, you know, it's easy to say Kendrick, Big Sean, Kid Cudi. But YBN Cordae is one hit away from being a big, name in the rap game. He's super lyrical. He's very catchy. He's got a dope rap voice. He's got good flow. And I think he's just one hit single away from making, a big statement in the rap game. He's very hip-hop, rap in your face, But I think if he gets the right people to work with him, I think he's going to do big things like J.I.D. did. I think he's in that same realm. The XXL freshman list that comes out this year, YBN Cordae is going to be on it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it unless he says otherwise and says, I won't be on it. YBN Cordae is just different from all these other rappers. In this day and age, we're getting a lot of rappers who are singing now, like A Boogie, Young Thug, Travis Scott. There's a lot of melodies out here. A lot of people are singing, rapping. So I think a guy like YBN Cordae he's needed in the rap game right now. I'm waiting to see what he does because he's gonna make a big impact. If he gets that one hit, he just needs one song to do it, because that's really all you need when you're trying to, cement, get your, name out there in that big way. All you need is one song. With J.I.D., he had Never, and that was that one song I just was like, all right, wow, this guy's, who is this again? And I think YBN Cordae is talented. He did a lot of remixes that made him popular, but remixes are only going to get you so far because people are like, okay, you're good at remixing songs, but can you make an original song that, blows me away? And I think YBN Cordae just needs that one original song to get him to that level of superstardom, because he's got dope tracks. He's got really dope tracks. But I think that he's gonna have to get that one big hit record that's radio, that's all over the place, to get people going, all right, YB and Cordae is in the building. Let's not get it wrong. And my last person on this list, straight out of Massachusetts, dog, Joyner Lucas.
Ooh.
Yeah, Joyner Lucas.
Gee.
Yeah, Joyner Lucas is going to have a phenomenal 2019. Yep. He's like a big name right now. Like he's
doing shit with Chris Brown. He just released his single that's been all over the radio.
Worked with Eminem. Like he's, that Tory Lanez beef. Like he's out there. Like YB and Cordae is popping, but Joyner Lucas is like, he's up there with like the big names right now. You can't say no about that. I'm really proud of Joyner Lucas, man. Massachusetts finally got somebody, yo.
We're on the map.
We're on the map.
We're on the map.
And what this is going to do for Massachusetts is now you're gonna have all these people looking into the state like, okay, if this guy came out of Mass, what the hell else is here? You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't no mumble rap. This ain't no sing rapping. And that, no disrespect to that type of sound. But this dude is doing, rapping super fast, being super lyrical, concept songs, concept albums, like
hella talented.
Yeah.
And I remember when he was first coming up, how he made his name was on Facebook with his cinema, like all the music videos that he was doing were like blowing people away because the stories that he was telling was what really made people connect again.
Oh yeah, them stories are crazy. I forget the name of that song he made, but it's named after the guy. I forget.
There's like a suicide one.
Yeah.
That one had me in tears. That hit me hard. And then he has one about like his son or like a kid, and that, oh man.
Yeah, he's just doing things so different. And I know that I'm Not Racist was a song that was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
That was a song where everyone heard was like, all right, who is Joyner Lucas? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like that made people go, all right, we need to figure out everything about this dude. And I think he's getting and that put him in a little bit of a bubble. Because, people were wondering, is this guy just going to make songs that make me, feel sad and make me, think about things? Or is he just going to be that guy who can do it all? And I think Joyner Lucas is going to show you that he is Eminem level.
Hella versatile.
Yeah, very versatile. I think he's going to have a year where he just takes it to another level. I'm really looking forward to see just how poppin' Joyner Lucas becomes, He's already got that Grammy nomination with Eminem for Lucky You.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh yeah. So he, it's game time for him. It's just we just gotta wait and see what happens with Joyner Lucas. We watching, dog. We support you, dog. And if you ever want to be on the podcast, come on.
Come through.
Yeah, come through. Yeah, because I support, dog. We support you, man, for real. All right, now that I'm done talking about my top 5 artists of 2019. I'm going to get to my special guest right now, man. She coming from California, but she's in the building here because this is home for her. So she's out here. I don't know how long you're going to be here for, but that's what I'm talking about. Good you back home. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Grace, a.k.a. Gracieinthegarden in the building.
What up?
How's it going?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Breaking me in, my first podcast official experience.
Yeah.
Pretty stoked, a little bit clammy, but it's good. I'm excited.
Yeah. Keep it rolling. We keep it rolling. Awesome. Yeah. Now, your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Strong, resilient, indigenous.
True.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you heard what I just said, we talking about that today. All right? So get yourself ready. Listen
roots.
Up. Yeah.
We're going back to the roots.
Yes.
Baby.
You gonna get informed. We're gonna inform your ass today. I'm just gonna let y'all know, because I don't think a lot of y'all have the understanding. I don't, and that's why I'm here to ask the questions, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why we're here today.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
Open the door.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I gotta ask you, I'm not too familiar on indigenous rap. I've been, trying to familiarize myself. So who are some of the big names from indigenous rap?
The first ones that come to mind is definitely, there's this guy named Superman, hip-hop. Mm-hmm. Super dope. Beautiful music. He's all about the youth. It's more, kind of educational, more cultural.
Yeah.
But the next ones that come to mind, there's not a lot of people that are really big, you know. But there's a guy named Frank Wan. Again, kind of on the similar wave. He's only a couple years older, like mid-20s. Hella talented, has done a lot of big community work.
Yeah.
It's a pretty well-known name in the indigenous community. Led like the climate change march. He was involved in that. And then there's Russell Means, his son, Natani Means.
Yeah.
Who's talented as fuck.
That's a dope name.
And he's dope. Like he's not about, it's kind of the theme in the indigenous like hip hop cultures. It's not about the flashy party shit, you know. It's about the culture, it's about the people. It's storytelling, you know. And that's something like in indigenous culture, that's what we've been doing since the dawn of time. That's the only reason we still have traditions to practice today, is because we pass on stories. So we're natural born storytellers, and the rhythm of the drum, the beat, so it's just natural born poets.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely noticed that a lot about like indigenous rap. Like storytelling is very important.
Yes.
Like you can't, you know, there's no straying away from that, because in this day and age with hip hop, storytelling's not becoming that common. So.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like some of my favorite artists are, you know, that's the way that they do it too. And there's oh my god, I never know if I'm saying his name right, but this guy named Drezus, I don't know, I'm not sure, but he's fucking fire. He's super dope.
I should have brought a pen. I need to write it.
Yo, I have a fat list.
Send me all these people you're talking about, because
he does a lot of collabs with an artist named Def I, and he's got really heavy beats. They all very similarly have like an underground sound. There's Princess Nokia, you know who she is, right?
Yeah.
She's indigenous as well. I love her. She kills it.
She's good.
She's like big, like Brooklyn Underground or Bronx. Brooklyn or Bronx? I can't remember which one.
I think it's the Bronx, yeah.
But she's, oh my god, you can't fuck with her, man.
In your face with it, yeah.
She is so good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I actually just discovered a chick a couple of days ago named T-Rhyme, and she's like barely anybody knows about her, but she is... She's
a problem.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful lyrics, and just on it. The beat is so powerful.
That's dope. You know, I think a lot of people, you know, they get, you know, we're realizing here, like, yo, like, if you think that it's like not a lot going on, like there is, like, just because we see all this stuff in the mainstream doesn't mean that there's not things going on. Like, just because we don't see rappers from Turkey popping right now don't mean that there's not a bunch of dope rappers coming out of Turkey who are doing big things. So, you know, I think that's one of those things that people have to realize. All right, and who do you think is the biggest name from this genre? Who would you say is the Jay-Z of this genre? I know it's a big question to ask, but
you know, to be honest, not what comes to mind, you know. That's the thing about this genre, is it's so overlooked and not a lot of people know about it. So there's not anybody that is like the big, you know,
like that's
the
guy
big
right
man.
there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the closest is, if you're talking about Jay-Z as far as like the most heard, would probably be Princess Nokia, because she's got the most,
I would say
the biggest following out of that. But Snotty Nose Rez Kids too, which I know I sent you.
Like
they've got a pretty decent following. They're dope. But there's just so much music. Like what you were just saying is, especially now at this time where we are in our evolution and with the technology that we have, we've never had so much music. We have the most people on the planet we've ever had. Everybody's putting out so much music. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It is. And it's like, I could create my own music just right here. Bam, post it on the internet, you know? It's
they got the apps for it. Like
it's a trip, dog.
There's so many ways to do it out here. Like, there's no excuses if you want to make music. Like, there's so many ways to do it. That's really true. Now, why do you think more people have not gravitated towards this genre yet? What do you think is holding it back from becoming more popular? Now, it might be a simple question, but at the same time, it might not be.
That's a big question. I'll try to keep it condensed.
Yeah.
Because I could talk about this for 5 hours straight.
That's very true.
I think it comes down to 3 things. The first thing is that, you know, in history, in school, we're taught one paragraph. And, you know, we have this very this closed narrative to try to wipe out indigenous people, like the First Nations of this land, you know. So it's, first of all, people aren't educated at all about it. The second thing is that if they are, they think that everybody lives on reservations and lives in loincloths, is like super old fashioned, or everybody has a casino and is spoiled. And then the third just being that I forgot my point. But
that's fine.
like it's a matter of not having the exposure and being disconnected from that. And it's a shame, because it's incredible. Like, we're still here, and that's the biggest thing that all these artists have to say is like, we're modern just like you. You know? We want and fear and love and all the things the same as you. And that's what people miss. And it's like, people think that we're not here, so they're not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna look up indigenous music, you know. And it's like, there are so many people, there are millions of thriving indigenous people in this country, but we're overlooked, you know. And it's just it's changing though. It's changing.
No, definitely. But I think the media has a lot to do with that. Like, you know, a lot of times when I hear about, you know, indigenous people, they show, like, you know, poor indigenous people. They don't show, you know, indigenous people who are thriving out here, and they definitely don't talk about how there's an indigenous, you know, music out here that's, you know, really thriving.
Incredible. You know? I mean, everything. Country, rap, hip-hop, soul, folk music. I mean, any genre. There's a lot of techno. There's a lot of EDM native music, like A Tribe Called Red. They're one of the biggest names. They're probably bigger than any artist that's in the hip-hop industry, actually, as far as indigenous artists are concerned.
That EDM game is for real.
But A Tribe Called Red is big. Like, they've got millions of followers. They're a big name, and they're hella talented too. But it's cool, because it's like, it's not just music for indigenous artists that is coming up right now. It's everything. Like, they've got really beautiful, like, high fashion designers, a lot of fucking dope streetwear brands, and just incredible art and jewelry and beauty that's in culture that's coming to life. And I think that's what's so awesome about social media and the internet, is it's surfacing, it's connecting us, and people are like, oh shit, look at this, man, like look at this thing I just started following, and these people creating this content that is just mind-blowing. Like,
you had no idea before, but because of social media right now, we're starting to get more things brought to our attention, you know. We're starting to finally see more of it, so it's really dope. I'm really happy that, like, you know, this stuff's starting to get more out there, because I feel like you know, a lot of stuff just, it's got a, you know, bigger impact than we've expected, you know, because it's easy to say, you know, it doesn't, but I think, you know, overall it's getting out there, you know, bigger, you know, the names are getting bigger, and it's just more spread out, you know. And I
think it's relatable too. I think that that's what makes it so good, is people hear it and it's relatable. And that's the thing about music, is it's like, you don't have to speak the same language to understand what somebody's feeling, because it's a vibration, and vibes don't lie, man. Vibrations do not lie. And it's like, when you hear a song in a different language in there, it's sad, you know, you can hear the sadness in your voice, connect to it, whether it's angry, it's lovely, it's passionate, it's all the same things, you know. And that's what I think ultimately is going to help us have this connection and be that bridge, and just that music speaks, music connects us and understands.
True, yeah. Eventually, you know, I mean, you would think more people would understand that, but, you know, people don't understand just, you know, the power of music, just how, you know, like, you know, I'll be listening to, you know, Latin music, and I don't gotta know Spanish. Like, like, I don't gotta know it to like it. You know, I love Bad Bunny. You know, I love Ozuna. Like, you know, stuff like that. You know, just shows, like, you know, language barriers, culture barriers. You know, it's all about the vibe. You know?
It melts away. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Now, what do you think will it take for this genre to get that recognition? What do you think it will take it to that next level? You think it's gonna be like one big name, or you think it's gonna be like a collective of artists who, you know, do it big?
Realistically, probably one big name. Like, if one of these artists could come out and just get that mainstream spot, then it's gonna open up that window for everybody else to come through, you know, and shine that spotlight and be like, oh, look at this entire nation of people that we haven't even considered to produce awesome music, and they've been doing it this whole time, you know. But I mean, it's a lot of indigenous rap too is more like conscious rap. So there's people have to be a little more open to that. And I think, I mean, we're on that wave anyway, and I think that's where we're going to be going. And yeah, it's just it's interesting. It's exciting. It's a very exciting time, and I'm excited to see where everything goes for them.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. Because when it comes to any genre, any like country, any state. Like, all it takes is that one person, Like, it takes, one person to blow up. Then everyone's going to be like, all right, we need to look into what's going on here. Because it can't just be one guy doing it like this or one girl doing it like this, Yep. Just have a bunch of people out here doing their thing. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And who would you say is your favorite artist from this genre? If you had to choose one person.
Red Poet Society.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
Dope.
Yeah.
They remind me so much like their sound, like Vinnie Paz from Jedi Mind Tricks.
Yeah, yes, Vinnie Paz is.
Oh man,
woo!
That's exactly what they remind me of. Like their songs are so powerful. The lyrics, their rhymes, schemes, everything about them, they are top notch. I love them so much. Everybody should have them in their Spotify list.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're dope, and they talk a lot about youth issues. They have some like more banger songs, but the issues that they talk about and the way that they deliver their message is just so direct and beautiful, and it's also like it's dope to listen to. It's not just like, oh yeah, this conscious guy. It's like, oh, like this beat is dope.
Yeah.
Like I can drive and feel like good to this.
Hell
like,
yeah.
And I think that's what's gonna draw people in is that sound. But then they get you with the lyrics. You're like, oh shit, like he just said some real shit, man. Like,
yeah, he's dropping bars over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely listen to Red Poet Society more, because I feel like that's like the first, artist from indigenous rap that everyone that I heard about. Yeah, that was like the first one, But it took me a while to realize, Red Poet Society, Red Poet. I didn't know they were indigenous rap.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think a lot of people, if they're just given this music and not told what it is, they'll like it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people just like, like indigenous rap, like, it's like that Christian rap label, like when something labeled Christian rap.
Yeah.
It's like, exactly. No, it's like gonna be all this and all that. But I think if you just give it to people, I think they'll just like it. That's definitely something I would just test one day. I might just bump some rappers from this genre and just see if anyone likes it.
Yeah.
And don't say anything.
No, and that's what I've tried to do that too. And they're like, oh shit, like this is good. And be like, no, then I feed them a little more carrots, and then I can be like, oh yeah, these guys, blah 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 blah. And get my secret, sneak them in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's weird too that stigma follows with it, and I understand the label thing, but it's hard. It's a testy subject. I could do a whole podcast and a series of episodes talking about indigenous issues because it's nuts. I search all the time for different podcasts, just people who are having these conversations, and people aren't really having these conversations unless you're in the community. And it's like, we need to bring it outside of the community so people can know, can connect, so we can heal, and so we can share together and have that diversity, because it's beautiful. I would love to see some of these artists collab with bigger artists, do some dope shit. It'd be dope.
That's what needs to happen. If these, a bigger name artist collabs with someone from this genre and just does it like it's nothing, just makes a dope record. I think that'll be what it takes, and it'll remind people like, yo, like this is just, it's just another type of music, there's nothing to think about it,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we're running out of time. So Grace, I'm glad to have you on. I feel like we really talked about something very important today, something that the people need to know about, and I'm glad you informed everybody what's up. So thank you for that.
Just a messenger. Thank you for having me. For real, I have so many artists. I just want to shout some out real quick. For real.
Let them know.
Check out Defi. Check out Drezus. That's DREV. I'm sorry, no. Scratch that.
Yeah.
DREZUS and Defi, DEF space I. Red Poet Society, Snotty Rose, Res Kids.
Yes.
Frank Wan is amazing. Friend of mine too. Love that guy. Natani Means is lit. T Rhyme, 2 for 1. Princess Nokia, of course.
Yes.
And there's so many more. There really is.
Oh yeah.
Explore.
Yes, explore that genre for real. Is there any you want to add anything you want to plug for the people to follow you, reach out?
Yeah, I actually am in the cannabis community, so I love to talk about cannabis. If anybody is interested in networking about that, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Gracieinthegarden. What up? Get at it.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. The shirt I'm wearing right now is by an indigenous brand called Reclaim Your Power.
Okay.
They're huge on Instagram, and they've just got a beautiful message and beautiful motive behind.
Designs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing brands out there. So just my page is full of it. You can ask me. I'll send you links on links for every day. So
got the hook up with that.
Yeah, man.
Grace, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 16 of the TempahZone podcast. Shout out to PRX Podcast for hooking it up with the high quality sounds. Until next time, y'all. Peace.